Okay. Welcome everyone, and good morning again. Hope you rested well. Um, yeah, hope you rested well. Today is another day. We're going to start with the assignment we gave yesterday, but just to share a little bit of what we are what we are doing today. So, yesterday we explored a little bit around our families and how to be in that relationships with our families and don't get ourselves drowned. Um, and just more like a conversation we had from Monday, and then yesterday we looked at patterns that we want to break in our family. I don't know if there's something we had to think about after the session, but I will give us some space to allow people to share any thoughts coming from that yesterday's session about breaking patterns, about doing something different just because you don't want this to continue in my life or in my family or with my children and grandchildren. Anything you particularly that you did, then the assignment I give, anyone who can share. If you actually put together your tree, what are those patterns? What are the things that you want to do differently about the patterns? And then how that would help build the family or even keep you sane. Anyone wants to share? Before we get to today's session, today we are looking at forgiveness within the family, but on a different level, because I already said that we are going to have a full month of forgiveness. I think that should be October also, I don't know. But we are looking at how do I forgive my family members, forgive in relationships, and still not feel that I'm obliged to build, come back with them. So we're looking at it from a point of you want to give yourself a gift of forgiveness. So you forgive, which is a gift, but don't embracing them. Um, if you if you are if you don't necessarily if you don't necessarily feel that you are safe with these people, you can just choose to give yourself some break. So let me allow us to share around our assignment and also anything coming from yesterday's session. Anything you want to share, please go ahead, anyone. Did we do our assignment? Hey, Jesus. People of character room, we don't like assignments. Well, this is it's good to do assignments. What did you do differently? It mustn't be a big deal. But what is that you did differently? Anyone? For me, I mentioned that I would, reach out to my family, that our family group from the father's side, which I did. It was even yesterday I realized that we have two groups. There is a group that is just like the two brothers. My daddy's side, we have two brothers, my dad and his brother. And then they had four girls. So they're all married women. They all married and their children already married, grandchildren. So there's another group. So it was even yesterday, but I mean those two groups. So yesterday, when I posted in the brotherhood one, I didn't get responses from the other grandchildren. So I now looked at the number. I said, 12. That's the only, we are just six from the brothers. And those are the only people on that group. And I said, there should be another group. I now checked and I saw the other one that has other from the other sisters, their children. And that's also where the Reverend sister is, the daddy's younger sister. She's a Reverend sister. And so I now reach out. I now said to them, I greeted, and I said to them that I'm reaching out because we need to rekindle. We've had a lot of people who are doing different things. Some are not in the country, but we need to rekindle here. Just told them a bit about what's happening on the mother's side, the family bond, but we need to rekindle. And so I said, let's start with everybody answering me. I said, how are you? Everybody answer. If you don't answer me, you give me 5,000. They were like, you've not started that. You're already collecting money. I say, yes. If you don't answer me, it's 5,000. And so they were just, in the two groups I sent, they were just responding. We were chatting about everything. And I am the task collector. So I was just checking those who there. I have a few people on the other bigger side who are yet to respond. I'll check back today again and I'll tell them that I'm sending them invoice of 5,000. They will pay me if they don't respond to my greeting. It's just a way to say there's nothing we are fighting about. It's just people being busy and going their way. But we can, just once in a while have this space, to share our successes and our failures and all that. So I did my own part. That pattern of everybody on your own. We are not checking in. I had to break it yesterday, and today I'll check in again. And maybe once every week or twice every week, I'll just check in, ask people how. I didn't even know that my cousin is in Egypt. He plays football. You see, I would have collected dollars since and from him. See how I missed out on the money part. But I've told him to send me some money. You can't be in Egypt playing football and you will not be sending sending me money. But that's on the funny side. But it was good to reconnect. So I'm leaving the floor now. I'm giving us 4 minutes before we start the conversation of today. What do you want to share? It mustn't be something grand, just like mine, reaching out to people. It could be anything. What are you doing differently for your family? Um, yeah. You can share in the chat if that works for you. Then I'll read it out. If you can share in the chat and you don't want to put your name, I will not call your name. Just write. Please share. Mm. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Morning.
I was not I was not in the class yesterday, but I just listened to the question now, and I want to just share one or two experience I have. It's similar to the one you just mentioned now about family. So in our family, my dad is like segregated on his own, and his other siblings are on their own. So they have their own family and WhatsApp group, the children, the grandchildren, and then me and my siblings, just have our own. They did not invite us to their own WhatsApp group. They even do monthly prayer. We were not aware. So this thing is an issue of concern for me and my siblings. But over the years, there has been this subtle resentment that has passed down from my father's generation to we now, the children, even between our cousins, me and my cousins. It's so sad. But one thing I decided to do different this time is not to allow that negativity and that anger um come so deep that it affects my day. So sometimes we hear some certain news and it's very painful. So whenever my siblings bring it up, like this person did so, this person in our WhatsApp group, I try to like downplay it. It might be annoying. It might be something that we know is not true. Maybe they are laying false accusations of my mom. Things like this. So what I do differently now is just to pacify everybody as best as I can. I crack a joke. I'll say, don't worry, leave it. And, I'll look for something to make everywhere, calm and peaceful and make us happy. Because I realize that the more we keep bearing these grudges and keep carrying this subtle resentment and this malice and all that, we're not moving anywhere. We're not progressing, both them, both we. It's just like we're just running around in circles. But when you remove all these things from your mind, have an open heart, open mind, no matter what they do, just ignore and move on. We see idea, the time we spend keeping malice, talking about what the person knows, person not. We use it for creative ideas. We use it to render solutions and help one another in our businesses, in our careers, in the works of our hand. Like me and my sister, we share a bond now. We run the same kind of hustle. So that time we will spend wasting time and talking about other people, we use it to better our hustle, better our business, make more money and move ahead. So I try not to allow anything the other side of the family is doing to affect me, no matter how painful it is. I'll just think about it for a minute, and then after that, I'm like, well, I beg, this life is one. I'm not going to spend my whole day being angry or carrying drugs. So the whole day is spent and wasted. So that's one area I do. One thing I do differently, and now I am clinging and holding on to God for dear life because He's the only way out of any challenge, any problem. He's like my backbone now, my support. I take Him more seriously than ever. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. I would ask, and I will ask you if you can just tomorrow or today when you have the time. You listened to the session of yesterday. We talked about breaking the patterns, and one of the things that we shared is, where did this start? So you are talking about the malice or the grudges between your dad and the other siblings. Maybe it's just something small that happened. I wouldn't know, I don't know. But then they carried on these grudges. Now it's affecting the children. Before you know it will affect your own children. That's
Yeah,
your grandchildren. And that's a pattern. Before you know it, nobody, like, they will even, it will become something serious. And that's what I am asking. You need to understand, ask question. What is this? What are you people even fighting for? Why are we not in this group? Like, it's not as if they are going to give you all the money, but you need to, even if you're the one that will start the conversation of, let's break this malice before it gets out of hand. Our children will grow up to carry this malice, keep going with it. Your next children, and you never can tell, it becomes a generational war.
yeah,
And nobody, not even your children, will know what caused it. But now, since it's still at an early stage with your dad still alive, I don't know. But ask them question, what is really the problem? Where is this coming from? How can we break it? I remember one time growing up when um my father and the brother also had their back and forth. This one happened, this one happened. I think it was my birthday that I called my uncle. I've always been very outspoken and I don't like quarrel. I don't find it is like, we grew up not letting, our mother has a way of breaking silence. She doesn't care what the brothers are doing, but she ensured that the children will not be part of that quarrel. So I think what we were doing then, they were fighting on their own. But my mother will insist that when we are going for broke rosary is just the prayer that Catholics children, they have, where they pray every evening. It
yeah,
could be just in neighborhood, yes. My mother will say, go and pick the children of your brother. That was, I think, one son then. Go and pick that child and go for procrusory. Because we are living in the same monetizing, but it's just a little bit different. But both parents are not talking, the father also. But my mother doesn't care. And the wife of my uncle also, she's she's not too, she has her own wala, but once we come, she'll not. Ask us, oh, yeah, carry your cousin and be going. We'll now take, he was just small, we'll now take him to block rosary. After block rosary, we'll drop him back before we run back to the house. And that was it. From gradually, tweaking in during birthday, I also, asked my brother, my uncle, this is my birthday. I don't know what you people are fighting. And before you know it, they know that we don't care what they are doing. They had to find a way to reconcile, because even when they were fighting and there is birthday, we'll go and we are interested in our cousins. We'll have our cousins come. Your fight doesn't concern us. It concerns you people. And so that's even now, in fact, the bond my daddy and my uncle has now is unbreakable. Even when we felt our uncle annoyed us and we told her that, let me not even answer you people, because they had to walk around their differences, and we don't carry that grudges. That's why on our father's side, in terms of the two brothers, the bond even the children has, like, it's different from when the whole family joined together. Just the two of us, we are the, like, too close for comfort that you can share anything. We are all grown, we have grandchildren amongst us, but then we still have this bond. So what I'm saying in essence is, instead of allowing this to linger, think about it, how this can just lead to war. If it's affecting people already, can I be the one to break this silence? Can I ask questions? Yes, it's not going to be easy, trust me. There'll be Zawoti where everybody would be like, this one, that one. But like, the thing is, we need to find a way to build a relationship, break that silence. Before you know it, people will start carrying knife against each other when all of you travel to the village, and then there'll be lots of fights, war, and all that. Now we just silence malice. Can we do something about it? Everybody is grown. What is the problem? Do you even know why you are fighting? Or maybe there are two fight. The family, they are fighting on their own. We, the children, are joining in the fight. What is the fight all about? So if you can listen to that one of yesterday, I know you will say, oh, they will not agree. This one, that one, we've tried. But try again. Keep trying. Keep
Yeah.
trying. It's very important, because if not, your children, your grandchildren will carry this gene. It's not even a gene, carry this hatred that they do not even know where it came from. And then they are bearing unnecessary grudges that is affecting them, that they don't know where it's coming from. So please, as much as possible. When I posted yesterday that there are some cousins here from the general group that they are not on this group, what happened? Some people say, this one, that one. I said, we are going to invite them. Let them come. Let's do the invitation first. Let them come. So one person said, please, let them not come. I don't want wahala. I said, no, they should come. It's our duty to tame people who has wahala. I know, because some people, that they are big boys, Gen Zs and all that. Let them all join this group. We'll find a way to tame their wahala inside the group, but we can't just alienate them. They need to be part of what we are trying to achieve. United family. I told them on the platform yesterday, I need you people to answer me, and I need us to rebuild our relationship, so that when I die, like, nobody should go and, we are not talking, you go and wear a shebi, wear my parent t-shirt. I will wake up and I come and they'll come there and strangle you. So it's now that I need you. It's not that I die, everybody will come and be crying and be doing a shebi. I told them on the platform, I typed it there. Don't come around when I die, you come doing all the t-shirt. Flora, meanwhile, we've not spoken in the last 10, 15 years. If I wake up, call myself, it's you that I will carry alongside me. So let's build that relationship now. And everybody were laughing. I say it's not a laughing matter. I'm serious. Don't wear a shebi for me when we can build a relationship. Because die now, they will do t-shirts, they will do a shebi, and you will travel and come. But just to be on our WhatsApp group for us to have conversation, you are feeling big boy and big girl. So please, let's do something about it. Okay.
Thank
Any
you. Thank you
contribution?
so much.
You're welcome. Any contribution? Any other person wants to share anything? Okay, something I'm seeing in the chat. I It happened to be the only male. I happen to be the only male. Hope is okay, please. Yes, Elijah, I'm not sure what this question means. Emmanuel, the only male on the call? You are not the only male man on the call. No? We have other male here. It's not a gender sensitive group. Oh. Male and women, we are welcome, if that's what you mean. It's everyone is welcome here. Okay, so let's dive into today's activity. And at any point you want to share anything, please just raise your hand, everyone. Today we are looking at forgiveness on a different level. I already said that we are going to share deeper, like have real 1 month talking about the science of forgiveness. But today we are looking at it from a relationship perspective in our families, and we're looking at it from at the angle of giving yourself a gift. What gift are you giving yourself when it comes to forgiveness? Who do you have to forgive? Who do you don't have to forgive? We don't have, there's nobody you cannot forgive. You must forgive everybody. But then there are levels of, forgiveness and acceptance. Forgive, but then you can decide to accept this person back into your life, or you decide not to accept this person back into your life. That's your decision. And so we are going to look at forgiveness from a perspective of winning back my peace, and also creating a boundary to say, oh, this relationship is not okay for me, but I'm going to create a boundary. We could talk, say hello, hi, but we might not hug. We might not have go out for dinner. We might not share anything personal, just the fact that we are no longer at loggerheads. So, a question I have for everyone, you can share in the chat, you can unmute and speak. And the question is, who in your life have you forgiven, but you know you still need boundaries with? Who in your life have you forgiven, but you know you still need boundaries with? Anybody? Someone is about to unmute. Please go ahead. Someone shared. Okay, already Augustina is asking. Augustina, we know you are and Mr. Jonathan. Please reach out to him. He's not feeling well. I already shared it when we had just about 7 or 8 people here. He's not feeling well, and I asked us. That's why I tagged him on the call. Oh, he even joined. Okay.
Yeah, Flora. Good morning. I have to struggle to join. Pardon me. The outline have been sent to you and Agnes, and I am ready. Whenever you ask me to talk, I will talk. The talk is already ready in the presentation mode. The only
Yeah.
thing I've not done is to send a slide deck to you and Agnes for your viewing.
Yeah.
Right?
We are doing that next month. So it's going to be what you run through the month of September. And so we still have time to review the slides. But I just had to tell the group that you're not feeling well, that they should reach out to you after the call. I didn't even know you joined. Epele.
Yeah, good people. I have to struggle to join, and happy Wednesday morning to all of you. I was kind of feeling guilty. I couldn't join yesterday, but yeah, that's nature for you. So I'm trying to get better, but the recovery is at a very slow pace. In fact, I had acute respiratory tract infection combined with malaria, so I'm battling to get over it. But I hope that before the week runs out, though not in my own hands, but I have a strong will that I will get over everything before the week runs out completely. So
Epele.
thank you for your care. And today I'm not seeing any branding on your cloth today.
Unfortunately, not today. I'm already dressed. I have a training. I'm training some clinical staff and non-clinical staff somewhere in Surrey. So I just figured to just be as simple as I can, because it's a long session, a 4-hour session, 2 hours. So I wanted just a free dress that I could be running around and be able to finish on time. So that's why. But
Okay,
thanks for.
so let me just say this. So if we run, if we begin to talk about forgiveness at the moment, how interesting will our presentation be when we take it up next month? Are we not preempting the discussion already? Just thinking about that. And I don't know the question Augustina asked because I came in around 7:30. Just as you were about mentioning my name. Okay, I came in and then 30 seconds I got bumped out. Then I had to come in and I heard you mention my name.
Yeah, Augustina said, "Where is Mr. Jonathan? I didn't hear from him yesterday." I answered that already I've told the group that you're not feeling well before she joined. And I tagged you on the group so that people can go and reach out to you. I didn't even know you've joined. She was
I
just
came in.
checking on you. You see how you are loved and cared for in the character room.
I'm the baby and the policeman of the room now. Have you forgotten? I'm the baby and the policeman of the room. So why wouldn't I be
Mr.
cared for?
Jonathan, I missed you. It's good to hear your voice.
No mind Satan and aliens. They cannot have power over me. In fact, the night I have to do what they
He's
call
fixing our call.
mouth, mouth breathing all through the night. I have to breathe through the night. You can see how terrible it is. All my nostrils are blocked. I have to take something very hot. At 4 a.m., I took my medication this morning. I couldn't even clamber out of bed. It was a struggle, but I said I must join today. So I'm on my
Thank
hot drink, and well done everyone for looking after me. That's the
you.
lost sheep.
No, you're fine. Okay, back to our session. I wanted to read what Patricia shared here. While please, I asked a question. I asked Mr. Jonathan, you mentioned something about preempting for the next. No, we are just talking about forgiveness and boundaries. As it has to do with family. This one is just family because it's part of our schedule. But let me read what Patricia shared. For yesterday's session, it was awesome. I'm someone who is so concerned about patterns. Even from my in-laws side, this has helped me to begin to break some characters that can be inherited. So far, it has not been easy, but I'm intentional about what I'm doing. God helping me. Can the lost be endless? I don't understand, what do you mean? Can the lost be endless? If you mean, can family issues, can it be endless? No, it cannot. It cannot. We are humans, just the same way you have issues with your friends, and just the same way you have issues with your colleague. They are humans. Yes, blood might brought you together, but then you also have your different DNAs. You have your exposures differently. Even with twins, there is something that they still have different. So they could react to issues differently. We have our personalities. So it can never be easy. You keep having issues with your family. That is life for you. But then what are you doing at every point in time to not allow it to linger? To break the patterns that continue to say we are not together, that we need to all be apart. And that's why it's important for us to talk about forgiveness. And I will share one thing. Today, we are taking it from the perspective of boundaries. I will forgive you. We are family, but then I may not allow you deeper into my life anymore. We may talk, and when we see in the village or at any event, we could talk, but we are no longer as we used to be. Not because I choose to, but because your energy is affecting mine. it takes away my peace. And because I need to release myself to be able to free myself, I would forgive, which is a gift I owe you. And I also owe myself. But I could decide to stay on my own, to have sanity. You can do it. You can. Because yes, we are saying we should forgive, let go and all that. But remember, there are people who has this toxic mindset. And for you to show that you're a person of character, having been in the character room for a while, is that you are not going to join in the grudgy stuff. You are going to say, you people can go ahead and be fighting yourself. But my own is, we've had this conversation. I choose to forgive, but I may not be as open as I used to be. We can have this conversation. I have one or two persons that in the family, extended family, I don't talk to as I talk to every other person. I don't owe anything against them. We had our back and forth, but then I choose to forgive. If they are doing something tomorrow, maybe wine carrying or whatever, I could send my regards. If I have a gift, I give. But we don't have that thing of, sitting together just like every other person and having a chat or conversation or enjoying, because their energy affects mine. And it takes a lot of guts for them because of the way they think. And maybe there's so much I don't need at this point to actually get off so that we'll continue our conversation. But just like I said, if your concern is the cause and the loss and everything, would it continue? Yes, it will. Till eternity, people have issues. You are not, even husband and wife, that the Bible said they are one, but they have their differences. They are two different people coming into a partnership. So there would be days I don't feel like talking to you. Can you please give me some space? There would be days that, we had this conversation, we chose to forgive. Yesterday, what's his name? I've forgotten his name again. Chinon. So I told you people about him some time ago. He posted something about himself and his wife. What happened? He said that they had a very deep argument, quarreled about over something, but not physical, but just I agree, I do not agree, and it's everybody now. Both of them, they were angry and they went on their own business, and she came back, he went to bed, and the wife continued her this thing, and around 2 a.m. something woke him up. He just woke up and the spirit said to him, he looked around, the wife is not on the bed. The spirit said to him, go look for her, go and apologize. What is it? What is it? Go and apologize. And he went, he looked around, he saw her in the library, their home library. She was reading something, and he just went there and said, I'm sorry. There's no need for explanation. I am sorry. And the wife said, I'm sorry as well. And they talked and everything settled and they made up. And so he went back to sleep. See, he couldn't sleep. Because what are we fighting for? Whatever it is, let's find a way around it. So what we are saying is, ask for forgiveness. Take in when people ask you for forgiveness. Forgive and move on. If it's not a do or die affair, you could choose to stay on your own, depending on the level of relationship. I do not say stay on your own with your husband, except it's a toxic relationship or there is violence. You can choose to stay away for a while so that the heat will just calm down. For any reason, don't stay in a violent relationship. Whether it's for love, no. Have a space, heal, go for therapy, everyone who is involved, and then start building from there. That's how it works. So Mr. Jonathan says sometimes keeping a relationship at arm's length is a way to maintain a healthy relationship. I'm saying I'm sorry is powerful. I am sorry. doesn't cost so much, and then you move on. But not when you intentionally do something and go and say I'm sorry. Tomorrow you go and do it again, you have to say I'm sorry. It becomes, you are taking advantage of people's emotion. So if you keep saying I'm sorry every time, but you make mistake, you had issues, and then you can also say I'm sorry. Okay, that's the way to break that silence. That toxicity that has come around, break it. So we are looking at this because sometimes we confuse forgiveness and full reconciliation. We've confused forgiveness and full reconciliation. Forgiveness frees your heart, and your boundaries, and protect your peace. So you need to free your heart. I've already told us that forgiveness is not what you do for people, is what you do for yourself. You need freedom. You need to stop thinking about this person. You need to get to a point where if you hear about this person, or if you thought about this person, you don't feel this panic inside you. So learning to forgive will put yourself back, without putting yourself back in the arms of the people who hurt you, is an act of wisdom and self-respect. If they do not show any change in behavior, if they are not ready to actually help you become, then you could just decide to respectfully stay away. But that doesn't stop you from continuously, maybe reach out, ask questions, but not that you are going to be in that kind of relationship you had before, because you feel that this relationship is bringing you a lot of toxicity. Okay, so forgiveness is something, like I said, is you give to yourself, is internal. It's just releasing that resentment that you have that is consuming you. And then for reconciliation is something external. It requires trust to be rebuilt and safety to be restored. So that person needs to do overboard for you to trust again. So you can forgive someone and still choose to limit your contact with this person. It's possible. You choose to forgive, but you also choose to limit your relationship with this person. Okay, so because sometimes in our culture, they say families keep the family together at all costs. Not when it's costing you your life and your peace. I don't agree to that one. They will say family is blood, family is this one. There is nothing. Yes, we know. But then if it costs you your peace and you've set your conscience, you are doing all you can to build that family, please know that it's not something that it's eternally ascribed to you. Keep the family together at all costs. Keep the family together, but not at all costs. If it's costing you your life, your energy, your happiness, you know when to exempt yourself a bit, but still reach out. Sometimes it's also part of religion. They say we should forgive 70 times 70, or be 70 times 7. We know forgiveness is that forgive, but then process the hurt. You need to understand, why did this person hurt me? And what can I do differently? And then fear of being labeled disrespectful. Sometimes you say, I'm going to forgive so that they don't label me disrespectful. Well, it's not about people labeling you. It's about yourself. If there's something you need to take away from today, is understanding that forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. The only thing you owe the other person is acceptance or not. Or forgiveness is for you. So it's not about the other person. It's about taking yourself away from that guilt, from that annoyance, and then building that relationship that matters. So there's a part around. Okay, Regina asks, Ma, please, how do you deal with people that are manipulative and wants everyone on their side and make people go against you? Always want to be heard. Well, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. So manipulative people are people you just give them an arm's length. Why? Because they have a way of tweaking words. to favor them. They have a way of tweaking words, tweaking conversation, because they are manipulative people. That's who they are. But what you can't do is to like let them affect you. What you can do is, if they are work, if they are family members, if they are people, your colleagues, what are you going to do differently? That thing is, know the kind of conversation you have with this person. Know what you can tell this person. Know when to say this conversation is not for you. This thing I'm saying is not for you to hear. And just walk by the side, because they find a way. Anything you say, they will tweak it in their favor. They will say the ones that you did not say. That's who they are. But then what makes you a very smart person is to know what to tell them and know when to be in their space. Sometimes you allow them. Sometimes you tell them, I'm not interested in this conversation. They should know that you know what they are doing, and then that you are not ready to play along. They want to get everyone on their side. Good for them. But you need to be quiet. When you know manipulative people, don't be quiet. Those people, they are getting on their side. Speak your truth when you have the opportunity, but don't explain so much. Speak your truth and move on. They also, because one of the things I know about manipulative people, they don't have friends. They don't have anybody. They will go and find a way to manipulate those people that they are manipulating, or even those people that they are talking to. They don't control themselves. It's just a pattern of their life and something. So they will go and also speak ill about that other person they've been talking to, and to another set of people, because they derive joy in making people suffer and making people feel that they are at the height of affairs, and feel that they are in control. You see that word control? If we don't let go of it, it consumes us. If you don't let go of it, it consumes us. So once you let go of controlling people, just control yourself. Forget people, they will be fine. Control yourself. Every point, what you owe people is you talk if you want to advise them or suggest to them. But just like I said, people do what they want to do, not what you told them to do. See, this character room is here. Yes, every morning we share, come to character room. You are the one that will tell yourself, oh, I need what they are going to share today. And you come. It's not me. However I break your head and put it in your head to say, come to character room, we are doing something different. It's your choice to want to listen. It's your choice to wake up. When we started, Joanna was still in his bed, but he had to push himself. Okay, character room. God, I'm still in bed, but I need to push myself to get up and listen. So it's his decision. So some other people will say, everybody's people will be disturbing me with one character or whatever. So they should free me, and they lie down. It's fine. The people they are a part of character room. They've been on the call. They're on WhatsApp, but for one day they've not said anything, or they've not even come to the character room. Maybe they are going on YouTube. Good for them, but that's their decision. So you allow people make decisions for themselves, but exonerate yourself, especially around manipulative people. Don't share things with them, even when they are coming to you in a friendly way. Know what to share with them and know what to share, not to share with them. Also know when to pepper them. I know someone who is a very manipulative person, and I have my way of, peppering, her with what I do, and how, so that she will have enough of things to say, because they like talking. You give them what to say, the gossip. So instead of, coming and feeling they are seeing that you are not happy, you're telling them what you spent. Don't mind Flora. Like I can be naughty sometimes, but that's one of the ways to deal with them, so that they will go and sleep and sit down. It's not all the time that once they see that what they are doing is getting at you, they will continue, because they derive joy in your sadness. So what you need to do is don't let it affect you. Don't show them that you're not happy. Move on. Okay. So Elizabeth says, how do you also deal with people who want to be around you, but they are not supporting you in all you do? let's take this in a different angle. You have different types of friends, family members. Not everyone will support you. And you don't need to hold grudges against people who don't support you. I don't know how I want to say this. People understand support from different angles. So that's why sometimes you don't give people the burden that they don't want to carry. They could just be your friends for talking, your friends for, relation. There can be just acquaintances. They are family members, yes, but they don't owe you. You don't feel entitled that they must support you. No. People choose to support if they want to. It's not your entitlement. So you don't feel angry that they want to be around you, but they cannot support you. No. No. Once we take away that mindset, we feel better with everybody. There are lots of, and I've told us here on this call that there are lots of people who, when I needed support, they couldn't support me. Did it make me not to reach out to them? I may feel unhappy, but I don't feel entitled. I could say, well, because you don't support me, you did not support me when I needed. But if I see you, I'll talk. If you invite me to something and I want to go, I will go. If I see you and I want to have this conversation, I will also, if I feel that you did it intentionally, I could choose to give an arm's length to say, okay, this relationship is not building anything around us, but I don't feel entitled. It's not a must that you are going to support me. It's your choice. And also the same way that it's not everybody that is around me that I support. If not, I'm not Dangote. So, but then you can support morally, you can support spiritually, you can also support socially. So what I'm saying is, don't feel entitled to anybody's support. If they offer you support, go ahead, enjoy it. If they don't offer, make excuses for them, ask them. I had someone who shared something and said, the reason why I'm not going to forgive this person ever is that he promised me something, like he was supposed to help me with something and he didn't. I said, why are you feeling entitled? He said he would help. Do you know why he didn't help? He said, no, that's not my concern. He said, that's your concern. First things first, we don't feel entitled. We cannot feel entitled. And yes, they said they would support you, but do you know why they couldn't? Did you ask them what they are going through? Somebody might be okay today, the next time they are not okay. They have family issues they are dealing with. They might not tell you, but they have their own burden. And you just let go. One of my friends says, what kind of heart do you have? I know I didn't support you. I didn't know how to support you when you were ill, this one. But when I came around, you were like, I said, I don't have time to have that conversation. You chose what you feel good for you. People have different reasons. So why should I start bearing grudges that you were meant to support me or even check on me for not feeling well, and then I'll kill my head over it? I don't care. Yes, I wanted your support because you are my friend. It's fine. But since you chose what works for you, it's okay. And that doesn't stop us from having a relationship. Tomorrow, they are still my friends. We still talk, we still connect, we'll still do things together. And I still seek their support if I want to. But we can't keep having the mindset that people are owing you. They are not owing you support. So that's why even in marriage relationship, it's called partnership. You come to the table with something. It's partnership. So you don't feel entitled. Yes, you need them to help you. You want them. But if it gets to a point where you are now feeling bad that they didn't support you, you need to also ask yourself and check yourself. Yeah. If you know they have and they choose to, that's their problem. They choose not to support, that's their problem. When they come around, welcome them. Let them not see that you are not happy about the fact that they did not support you. You might not be happy, but let them not see that. Move on, go have conversation. When they need help, and if you have, go ahead. If you don't have, so, but we don't need to start feeling bad that people don't support us. It brings a lot of grievances, a lot of scorn. I'm hoping that this person supports me. Yes, that's what you think, but you don't know what they are going through except you ask. Does that work? Quickly, our time is fast spent, but I want us to finish this forgiveness part because tomorrow, remember that tomorrow we are having a guest. I spoke with the two guests that we are going to have tomorrow and Friday, and I'm excited that they are coming to this table with lots of information around scholarship. One Rotary Peace Fellowship. The other one was one Mandela Fellowship. The one Mandela Fellowship is on Friday. He speaks Fune English. So come with your dictionary. The way he talks, but he's Nigerian, but the way he talks, very, very sweet to listen to. And then he's going to share a bit more about, applying for scholarships, what tips that you can, use to get some of these things. And the one of tomorrow, he's going to share deeply tricks and some of the things that you need to do to win any scholarship, even the peace, that peace fellowship. They see this peace fellowship, Rotary Peace Fellowship. It has a lot of opportunity. Yesterday when we were talking with him, he said he just came back from Belgium, where the opportunity took him, and he's in the UK doing the opportunity, but the fellowship also allows him to go to Belgium, to work for a few months or so. So there is a lot of opportunity out there. But I want them on this call. I want them. I said to them, you cannot come and tell people you cannot come and tell people that they need to japa. That we don't subscribe to that in this organization. You go get the information and you come back to Nigeria and support Nigerians. Support us here. There's a lot to do in Nigeria. Come and support what we are doing. All right, let's quickly finish up our forgiveness so because our time is fast spent. So when you don't forgive people, what does it cost you? It traps you and said you start feeling the role of a victim. When you don't forgive people, you become a victim of that. You are trapped into, oh, they hurt me, they did me this. When you want to tell the story, you are crying and all that. I used to tell people that when you keep crying about what somebody did to you or the past, that's a healing that you've not healed. There are days that you could tell it and then you feel emotional, but every time you remember and you keep crying bitterly, you've not forgiven, you've not healed. No matter what that person did to you, there's so much pain that you are still bearing inside of you. So forgiveness helps you to heal. It takes away that role of being a victim. Rather, it opens door for you to be a victor. Forgiveness allows old pain to shape present relationship. So you've learned, what did I learn from this relationship? What pain did it cause me? What pain did it cause me, and what can I do things differently? So it helps you to shape this present relationship. What can I do differently? Who do I talk to? How do I manage this person? Because you've forgiven and you've learned from the journey. And also know, Mr. Rabinte will tell us about this part when we, in the month of September, when we will discuss forgiveness at length. And that forgiveness will affect your health. Because you keep thinking, you keep worrying yourself. Chronic stress, anxiety, depression, even physical issues. Because you are holding on to something. It affects your brain, your mentality, your health, your safety, everything. And so you cannot transition into something great. So let's go, forgive, thrive, smile. Don't let them see that you're still angry, and free yourself, really. So what do we need to do quickly? Number one, you need to process the pain first. What is this pain? You feel it, you name it. Sometimes somebody asks you, what did I do to you? Why are you upset? You say, I don't know. What is I don't know? You are not happy, but you say, I don't know. You don't want to name that thing because maybe you are ashamed that if you name it, you would know that it's not a big deal. You just use I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm angry. Should we now give you a word? But what is that thing? Why are you angry? Because when you actually name it, you will realize that this shouldn't make me upset. You need to understand it before rushing to forgive. If you forgive quickly without understanding why you are forgiving, that's why when you are forgiving people, you need to name why you are forgiving them. I forgive you for molesting me. I forgive you for talking about my secrets with other people. I forgive you for beating me. I forgive you for this. You need to name that thing so that you don't just rush into forgiveness without actually identify why you are forgiving this person. If not, you may have forgiven the fact that this person did not talk to you for 5 days, but you did not forgive the fact that they should have talked to you, that you called them. There are two different things that you are battling with. I did not call for 5 days, and the person said they'll be calling every day, and the fact that you needed their help and they did not help you. So you need to name what you are forgiving so that you would clearly understand it. So once you name that thing, be specific around it. I forgive you for speaking to me with contempt in front of other people. I forgive you for shouting at me. I forgive you for looking for my trouble. Release that debt. Forgiveness is saying, you no longer owe me an apology or payback I once demanded in my heart. I want closure. That's why some people stay in a relationship. They keep telling themselves, I want closure. I want closure. You owe yourself closure and not the other person. Whatever closure you are seeking, if you are seeking it from some other person, you will keep seeking it because they've moved on. But you owe yourself closure because you want to identify what that pain is. You want to be specific about it, and you want to forgive because you want to release the debt. When they realize that they've hurt you, don't wait for people to ask you for forgiveness first, because you might end up waiting till eternity. Forgive because you want to. I learned some forgive. I'm somebody who bears grudges a lot. Because I'm a very perfect minded person. So when you are not doing this, I just held on to it. But I learned forgiveness the hard way. Even now, I'm forgiving you ahead. Before you even hurt me, I'm forgiving you ahead of time. I don't have time. If I'm not talking to you, it's not because you hurt me. It's because I'm creating a boundary. But we are not, there's nothing that we are. But I attended an event few weeks ago, and somebody who really hurt me, feeling that I'm on the same level with her, but I'm not. I looked for her, I greeted her, I moved on. I talked. That's a problem. It's you that will feel guilty. It's not me. I don't owe you that. We keep having, if I need to talk to you, I talk to you. But there are people I created. In fact, there is someone I had to even block from my LinkedIn page. I don't want to see anything about him or her. I don't want to. I want to create that boundary. Yes, we'll talk, but I don't want to see what you are posting. I don't want to, every day you are in front of me. When I see you, we are having that conversation. When I don't see you, we move on because your relationship is toxic. The relationship is toxic. Okay, so the next one is setting boundaries. Decide how much access the person will have to your life moving forward. Create that boundary. and communicate wisely. Remember, we are talking about family, and I want you to bring this to your family members. Yes, there are other people who had hurt you, but when it comes to family, set boundaries still. Yes, they are blood, but there's a family member. I feel whenever she calls me, I feel this tightening of heart. Like, it's not that she did me anything wrong, but I don't know why I don't receive her that much. I've asked myself, in fact, yesterday I said to myself, I'm going to reach out. But every time I think about, I feel this tightness of heart. But I would try. I would maybe before the end of the week, you know, have that conversation with myself. She did not do me anything. It just maybe character. Her character is just, creating that boundary. But reach out to say, how are you? He wouldn't kill me. Have conversation and also build my walls around the person. It doesn't cost you anything, really. Okay. So always communicate what you want. You don't have to always announce your forgiveness, but sometimes it is lived, not spoken. Yes, I forgive you. I'll come to an event. I'll talk with you, but I don't need to tell the world I've forgiven how. It doesn't matter. Okay, and also guard your healing. If patterns repeat, restricting your boundaries, not bitterness, restricting your boundaries, everyone. Okay, so that's all I want us to like complete before we get off, because we will not have this opportunity again till next month, and we don't have to talk about families again, just except directly or indirectly. Next week we are looking at relationships, love relationship, that's romantic relationships and all that. And please, I need you people to come with gist, um the breakfast that they served you. The ones that you drank and the ones that you did not drink. Come to the call next week with it. Would have time to share what character means in relationship, and that's where I'm going to talk about the self more than the other person. Talk about the self more. Okay, so that's all we can take. Is 8:11. But few things I want us to do. I did not say is assignments, as I always give. Do it if you want to. If you don't want to do it, it's still up to you. So the assignment is, you can write a letter to a person. Don't send the letter. Just say, I want to write to somebody that has hurt me. Expressing your hurt in writing, decision to forgive, and the boundaries you want to maintain. You don't need to send this. It's just a way, because sometimes when we write it out, when we put it down, it helps us to actually itemize what is the issue here. What are the issues? What exactly am I up against? So you write it out. We don't need to send it to that person. Just write it and hold on to it. It also motivates you to say, this thing is not hard though. What we did is not that hard. What happened is not that hard. And I'll learn to forgive that person. And then you also need to write your boundary, scripts, and also, I forgive you, but I choose to keep my distance. I forgive you, but I choose to keep my distance. It's your call. There's someone who hurt me really bad when I was growing up. I later learned forgiveness when I learned to forgive, but I kept my distance. At one event in the village, I saw him. Every other person, they came in a group. I hugged them, but I didn't hug him. And he got the message. I just say, hello, good afternoon. I say, good afternoon, this one, that one. I said, but he got them, and people got the message that I don't want to hug you. I don't need that anymore from you. But we talk. I greeted, I owe you that greeting. He's older. And I owe you, how are you? It's been a long time, this one. Yes, but I don't owe you a hug. And unfortunately, I don't know how to pretend about it. I will not say because other people are there, let me just, no, you don't deserve that. You don't merit that anymore. So I could hug other people, but I choose to give you a greeting, a hello greeting, not even a handshake. Because from handshake, it becomes an elbow shake. And before you know it, we are hugging. Just good morning. How are you? Hope you're okay. Family, everything. And we moved on. You got the message. So you need to be clear, true to yourself. Be clear. Don't pretend today. Another thing that I forgot to mention, when you forgive or when you want to be a person of an authentic person, be consistent. People know you what you can do. So if I tell any member of my family about what they know of, that's what I would do. Because I don't hide. I don't pretend there's nothing. I'll say it the way it is. I'm not able to bring you closer to me anymore. Stay on your own. Have I forgiven you? Yes, sure. Long time ago. Or do I want that boundary? No, I don't need it ever. Ever. I don't need it. I don't need it at all. There's one event also, someone, a distant friend, a distant person. I remember when I think they were doing something in their family house. Then I've not really let go very well. I still have this pain in my heart. And everybody was traveling, went to that event. And he too was at that event. He has a car. When after the event, I trekked home. People entered his car and was like, Fora, join now, Kiri, join now. Lie, I would not. I created that boundary. I trekked home. The other people were walking to the house. I trekked home because I don't want that relationship anymore. So I don't have anything against you, but I will not enter your car. I created that boundary. So you need to say, we are friends, we are family members, but there are things that we can't have in common anymore. And nobody will crucify you. Nobody will crucify you for doing anything. Okay? Say your truth. Everybody knows I can't even lie. Right? So I told them, you see, I'm not going to end, I'm trekking home. And I walked home. It was late in the night, but it's village now. Nobody is afraid of anything. You can walk, use this shorter pathway and go to your house. It's been a long time, but I'm just telling you that I learned forgiveness in a hard way. And I also learned to build boundaries around myself up to today to know this is what I can take and this is what I can take from everyone. So thank you everyone for being part of this journey. I'm going to leave the floor for another 4 minutes. 8:20, we are out of this call because I need to also start getting to my training ground. I'm training today. I've not trained doctors and nurses and hospital assistants before. So this is a new set of people for me, and I'm going to teach them duty of care from a psychological perspective. So I'm looking forward to the event today. So leaving the floor for few people to contribute. What's coming to you? What would you do differently? Any experience you want to share? Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, so good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I couldn't come to the room, but afterwards I went to the YouTube page and watched what happened, right?
Yes.
And yeah, so let me just refer back to yesterday about healing the inner child, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you mentioned about having a high tone, high voice because you were raised you grew up, part of your I'm like, maybe you grew up in Awada or those 4-story building area.
Yes.
Because
MCC and then Bida Road.
Okay, because me, I also grew up in Omaba Phase 1. We didn't
Yes.
experience that generator noise and all that. So one thing, I'm just referring back because it brought back memories, right? I'm not in Onitsha. I've left for a long time now. So I'm like, anybody that heard you would think generally that's how Onitsha children that were trained in Onitsha is not totally true. It might be from your own area, because I have cousins that grew up in Awada. They had that same attributes, high voice, because everywhere is kind of noisy. But one good thing about growing up in Onitsha is, like, just like Lagos, wherever you are, they know that there is something different about you. Nobody can intimidate you. You're always expressive, because they are extremely expressive.
Yeah.
Then today's forgiveness, I was able to come in early. I love the fact that you mentioned that nobody owes you anything. When you work with that, you will live a free life, an easy life. You won't even have anybody that will make you angry in the first place, because they don't owe you anything. Even your parents don't owe you much, after they must have trained you to a particular extent. For me, right? So we
Yeah.
should just have it in mind that it's friendship. People, most times we focus on the financial aspect of helping, but anybody that listens to you alone is enough. Anybody that say,
Yes.
okay, go ahead, is enough. Anybody that tell you, okay, if they advised you, is enough. So we shouldn't wait till they bring our money. I have a friend that have all the money in the world, but he hasn't given me anything. Why? He doesn't owe me his money. I see him give people. So he will be like, today this person reached out to me and I did this, I'm like, okay, okay. And he normally praises me the way I hustle my money. Like, I go out all the way to do businesses and all that. So I'm not expecting anything from him. So if you see our relationship and you be like, you are not gaining anything, what am I gaining? Am I there to gain anything? So, but if I have challenges, I go and make him listen to me. If he has something to contribute, fine. If he doesn't, that listening is enough. And using this type of life, I don't have people to forgive, because there's nothing to forgive in the first place, because I'm not expecting you to give me anything. Then
Yeah.
somebody in the chat room talked about how people. I think she mentioned about a family member that is always trying to gain something, wanting to have everybody around them, making you look bad. I have that in my workplace. Somebody that we came in at the same time, but I don't know what happened. The management saw me give fit to give me a higher rank than her. And she's very brilliant and smart, like me too. You So she was finding it difficult to accept that position they gave me. So I'm like, she was always gathering people, my other colleagues, making everybody to be around her. When task is given, she's the first person that will go and do for everybody. Just trying to make people see me that I'm not fit for that position. What did I do? As usual, thank God for my upbringing. I looked away. When they are gathered talking, I even went and started reading more of how to leadership. So when she saw I wasn't even looking at her face and the people she was gathering, talking and all that, some of them started coming around. And when you come around, I'll tell you, okay, it's fine. We are here to work. I'm not here to do relationship, friendship. When I came here, I came alone. So when I'm living here, I'm living alone. I don't need all that. Just put in your work. Do what you were employed to do, and let all of us just be happy in the end of the day. At the end of the day, when she saw that energy she was giving, I wasn't ready to give it back. She relaxed.
Yeah.
So I owe nobody anything, and nobody owns me anything. If you want to give financially, give. If you don't want to, it's okay. That
Yeah.
narrows down to family too.
Yeah.
So that's my contribution.
Thank you. Thank you, Chinenye. Thank you for also sharing that you grew up in Onitsha. What I shared yesterday, I said what I always believed. I believed then that when you live in Onitsha, because you live in Onitsha, you have loud voice. But at the point I just said that's not correct, because I know I have cousins who talk small. They also lived in Onitsha. So it could be anything, but I like the fact that God gave me that gift of speaking loud, so I don't have to be looking for microphone everywhere. So thanks for sharing that, and also thanks for sharing about not owing you anything. Not like if we just have that mindset that people don't owe you, it's difficult to get to that point. But if you ever get to that point, it's a good place to be. It helps take away all the wahala that the grudges you feel against people. Okay, Binta.
And ma'am, break a leg. I heard that for something new. Break a leg.
Which one is break a leg?
Like wishing you well.
Eh? I've not heard that one before. Okay.
Oh, okay, don't worry. It's a phrase in English language.
Okay,
Like,
let me.
yeah,
I'll go and check it.
go and check, man.
I'll go and check it. Binta, over to you.
All right, ma. Good morning, ma. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I actually want to share an experience with when it comes to forgiveness. So it's happened, and I could also relate these steps you've mentioned for us to be able to process the pain, set boundaries, and guard our healing. So the thing is, it actually happened that this friend of mine, we were very, very close. When I was during my NC, it happens that we had to do our teaching practice. So she stayed in our house. We were very, very close. For 6 months, we were together. So the thing that happened that we finished the NCE and we proceeded for our degree. It happened that we gained admission in LASU and we started another journey. So we secured another apartment. We lived together, stopped everything. I just made sure we were both comfortable. So what now happened? After our first semester result was released, immediately I called my parents, my siblings. I shared the news with them. She was the next person I called because we are already out of school that semester. So I called her that Alpha, this, how was the result, this and this. And she said it was fine. We shared my CGPA with her. She shared us and with. So it now happened that we now resume back to school. Now there was this kind of attitude. I was like, what's happening? She felt so I was not satisfied. The kind of upbringing I'm given, there is nothing to pretend. Or I felt we are sleeping on the same, we are cooking together, we are doing this. What happened? So I had to summon the other apartment because it's a flat. So just to call them that I don't know what's that. After I've even reached out to her, she would say nothing. Okay, I spoke with my mom and all of that. So I just summon everybody that this is what is happening. I don't know why this person is doing this and all of. And I just want everybody to just try as much as possible to open up. So the first person that spoke, what the person said was that she told her that when the result came out, I didn't tell her what my CGPA was. Hey? I was like, no. Maybe you should try to repeat what you said. And I told her within herself, hey, I mentioned her name. Did you say that? She was looking. She couldn't utter anything. Sincerely speaking, that moment, I felt pain, as in, because I was like, okay, and now begin to ask myself series of questions that, let's assume I just let it go or I just left it sleep. Do you even know what that thing would have caused? Because people will tell, that's why in some situations, we just have to communicate. It is very, very vital. Let's do away with assumption. Do you understand? Communicate. I was able to, and that thing I was pained. So we did the second semester. One thing I said that day was, with all honesty, I'm not taking offense, but the thing is, we cannot cook together any longer, because I felt, no, you shouldn't have done this. Even when I told my family, they were like, why? But I felt maybe it was a kind of envy. I don't understand. But the thing is, I was able to heal within myself. I told her, not for anything. And the thing is, along the line, one particular time like this, she was sick, and I still gave her care. As in, I cooked. The fact that we are not cooking together again, I cooked as in special delicacy. Sat down, she was happy. She ate. like this. Do you understand? We are together, but I was able to set that boundary. We won't do this together, but this is it. And I was able to heal within myself. The next semester, she was not, maybe because of her reasons, that she said she will go and seek for another apartment and all of this. So she went together with that other person she told that I'm not, and that's fine. I stayed together, had another roommate, and life goes on. We see often at the department. I will greet, hey, how are you? But the thing is, the connection at that point broken. Then when I wanted to do some stuff, she will call me Binta. But at times I will I always make reference. Do you understand? To that point. But within me, I was able to heal. As in, I healed that I have no God. And alhamdulillah, that same vision I was able to finish with a first class, which I began with. And that alone, I was so delighted that, you see, in every journey of life, just be truthful, just be open, and don't let people's circumstances influence your vision, and make sure you set a path for yourself. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. This is beautiful, and I'm taking it from the fact that the same thing that we talked about here. Even if I did not tell you my CGPA, what stops you from asking me? Just a simple thing. You already know that there's something that means you just to show that there is something eating you up already. Because if semester has finished, result is out, and you call this person your friend, or what stops you from asking, what is your CGPA? I how far now? Simple thing. If you think that I didn't tell, you know. So it's also, I like the fact that you say we are not cooking anymore, because this jealousy, who knows, someday you will put so stuff in my food, you know, something like that. Let's just stay. You don't have anything against, we are not fighting, but let's create that boundary. Because if we're actually eating together, we are more than friends for us to cook and eat together. If a little thing around CGPA, you cannot just ask me. There's something. Okay. All right, our time is fast spent. Mr. Jonathan, quickly, 1 second.
Okay, thank you very much. I wouldn't belabor the matter. This is to Flora and to other persons on character room. We are talking about forgiveness, and specifically this one is around the family. So Flora, I'm asking you, and I'll put it on the chat box.
Okay, I'm
Can
just
forgiveness or healing be total for a girl child or even a male child that has been sexually assaulted by both sexes? Can forgiveness be total for a girl
yes,
child or even a male child that have been
yes,
sexually assaulted?
yes, yes.
And just to Binta, thank you for setting up your boundaries and all that. You did not write the exam for her. So whether you tell her her CGPA or not is immaterial. The whole world is being ruled by greed and what do they call it? Greed and envy and jealousy. So probably if you research very well, you would have found out that there would have been some level of envy and jealousy that led to this level of disagreement. But thank God you now know your boundaries. So back to you, Flora. You can give us the answer to my question. And if
Okay,
anybody else wants to
so the answer is yes. Total yes. Because once you understand that you don't owe forgiveness to that person who hurt you, you owe forgiveness to yourself. You will forgive. Regina, please be on mute. Forgiveness is just something that once you understand that you're doing yourself a favor. And that's why creating boundaries is on its own. But you need to forgive. And then you are not going to say, I forgive you. You might not even meet that person again, especially for somebody who assaulted you or raped you or whatever. Boundaries, that person must have moved on. But you owe yourself that forgiveness to let go. Let me tell you, if you like, I think science, all these UN, they have 1 out of every 5 girls or 2 out of every girl has been sexually molested. And some people have lived with that. Loads of us have lived with that, but we chose forgiveness and move on. It's not about the person. It's not about that. In fact, I don't even, it's not about you. It's about me. It's about the fact that this thing cannot continue to hurt me. Because I remember also some people who said the reason why they are in the other side of business, I'm talking about prostitution and all that, is because they were sexually molested. So they cannot help themselves. I said, that's your choice. That is your choice. If a decision that you need to make, you are still feeling hot, you're still feeling bitterness, and the only way you cover it is to keep doing that same thing in the way that it protects you. That's not true. You can forgive entirely, but you are not coming close to that person. You create your boundary. Forgiveness is for you, and if you understand that, it makes things easier for you. Forgiveness is for you. So I will always share with people, especially with people who have been molested, you can entirely forgive. It's not easy. It's not easy. There was this lady that the father molested for years. The father molested for years. She's black, molested for years. In fact, the 3 children that she has were all his father or her fathers. But she learned, for years she was so bitter. But she learned forgiveness. And she chose to forgive the father. And it was immediately she forgave the father that she has the courage to go and report the case to the police. And now the man is in prison. She also needed to forgive the children, herself, around the children. Because yes, it's our fathers. Those children are her fathers. But she needs to let go to be able to take care of those children. Now she's taking care of the children as hers. The father is in the prison, and that's, I think, is 20 years imprisonment. So she is probably going to die there. But she chose forgiveness. And immediately she said, I forgive. I'm not carrying bitterness. But then she summoned the courage to go and report this case. And when he went through trial, he was given around 20 years or so in prison. So you can forgive and you reblate yourself. All right, we'll talk about this deeper during the month of forgiveness. We need to go, people of the Most High. Thank you. China, is this your new hand or your former hand?
Former hand. Sorry, I forgot.
All right. Thanks, everyone, and have a beautiful day. Remember to come out early. We're not waiting for anybody tomorrow. If you're not here, we'll collect all the money for scholarship and you will not get any. So please come early, invite people. You have friends and families who want to, win scholarship. Ask them. We are going to repost the links today, the write-up, so that you can share on your status and on your network, your social media platform. Let people learn how to get opportunities and utilize the money lying around everywhere and use that knowledge to come back and help our country. Nigeria needs fixing, and you and I have the opportunity to fix. The Jonathan said, but there was also another story where the girl was happy that the kids she had were the father and started making mail with the mom. Making mail with the mom. Making
So I was
mail.
saying making mate. Pardon for that type of error. Making mate with the mom.
Can you imagine? All right, we'll talk about this later, Mr. Jonathan. We'll unfold all this when we're talking about forgiveness. There's something wrong here. There's something wrong in this story. When you can't be happy. Once you are happy, there is a dysfunction happening here. You can choose to forgive and take responsibility of those children. But once you are happy, excited about it, there's a family dysfunction that is happening in this family that nobody has pinpointed, and they need real counseling and real training. You can't be happy children with your family, with your father. I don't know which culture accepts that all over the world. Anyway, bye everyone and have a beautiful day.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.